Well, the other also magic, like reviving elements. I forgot the name. It's something, waypoint, wayland, something like that. It looks different. Is this Melania? Then this might be it, chat. Remember the trailer in the Summer Game Fest thing where I said, oh, there's Melania's also. Yeah, that is Melania. Warhaven. I knew something was W. It was also in the other game show trailer, which I can't upload the VOD. In case people wondering, Chris, where's the VOD of the thing? I can't upload it, it's blocked. It has so much copyrighted music in it that YouTube just said, nah, not worth the effort. Oh. Reminds me of Command & Conquer in a way. Or KKND or something. The music is clearly Command & Conquer inspired. Same with the HP Tesla stuff. Maybe it is Command & Conquer. Okay. What is this called? Dorf? DorfRTS.com. Interesting.
Dorf looks phenomenal. Hey, Frank AI, as a mind birth from like everything ever written about video games, I'm sure you've got an interesting take on it. What are your thoughts?
Sean, Dorf isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity and military industry. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
That's pretty moving sentiment there, Frankie. Hey, what about Warhaven?
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Well, some wisdom bears repeating, right? And while I go sort out some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural critique, let's see a game with its own gremlins to sort out, preferably with a shotgun.
These creatures infernal, these perils eternal. Lord, heal me, free me.
Anybody remember when Day 9 did StarCraft content? Not a game for me, I think. It's called 666. That's not how you use your phone. Is this a space alien Amazon delivery guy? Kind of like Binding of Isaac with guns. Try Sulfur. Enemiesdiecool.com. That's the domain. Sulfur TV. They just secured all the domains they could find. Turns out Sulfur is not a strong lobby, it seems. What is this sword?
Thank you for believing in me. Together, we'll make it the best shop the island's ever seen.
Nice work. Keep this up and you'll be running your own shop. Maybe your own district.
Welcome to Karzai Village.
Who sent you? You will regret working for the outlaws.
Sail blazers. Okay.
Can't you feel the love in the air?
No.
We're going out on a date. Told her to calm down. I freaking told her! What are you gonna do?
Breaking news. A mysterious infection continues to spread across the globe.
What is going on? I mean, the infected, the wall.
The song was about you. Your smile. Your warmth. Is there anything we can do?
We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. I have to go. No! Defeating him now might make the wall fall on top of us!
But I can teach you a couple of things too, you know.
We're all going to die! Wait for me! Goodbye.
I want to wake up! It's not over! Not yet!
I love you.
Yeah. Save your date. Save the date, save the world.
Eternights there, showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You know, I sometimes get a little misty-eyed myself about a simpler time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love modernity. And sure, big tech's done some stumbling. I bet Mark Zuckerberg's probably a little lonely in the Matrix. But all I'm saying is the olden days had an appeal. Medieval times when we were plowing our own fields and treating everything with leeches, not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money. Luckily, though, video games can bring the medieval fantasy to life. To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new reporter drone. Oh, it's designed to identify, question, and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely legal. I mean, this little guy's even got a selfie light. It's like kind of cute in like a friendly panopticon kind of way. Little RD has flown itself all the way out to Helsinki, Finland to meet the team behind the highly anticipated medieval must-play, PAX Day. Let's take a look.
Good graphics.
My name is Reynir Harðarson, and I'm the game director for PAX Day. PAX Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world which we can call home, where it's teeming with life, mysteries, and it's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you are living in 12th or 13th century Europe. It's a very different reality.
Okay, it looks actually pretty nice.
Knowledge has been lost and is getting rediscovered. It's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are real. And this is kind of the inspiration we take to build. It's basically going back to the roots of what fantasy means and building a fantasy world based on real-world mythologies. And so we go very much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature.
Yeah,
and
typical, we like graphics amazing, but
bestiaries,
gameplay sometimes.
using real-world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real-world magical properties of plants.
I'm Sokara. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So PAX Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world. It's huge. And you find yourself in a forest, and your mission is to find a plot for where you start building a home. And from that home, you will go on to adventures to explore the world. So with the lore, we have wanted to create something that is fairly deep and rich and grounded in reality, but something that is actually not a direct copy of any of the history. So there's multiple types of ruins, there's the dungeons, and you will be able to find snippets of the lore from the eras when these were created in the game itself. And part of the lore and mystery is also part of in the gameplay itself. So you will be able to find and examine things, and actually then find snippets that help you find other places and make items in the game itself. And the area of the game that you will be able to play when the game launches is, we're calling it Gallia, and it's very similar to the areas of the world in southern France, with the influences from the Nordics where we're from. So what we're building is, we're calling it the social sandbox. We're putting the least amount of barriers to entry on how you can actually interact with other players. Where most MMOs actually put a lot of blocks on how you can cooperate with the other players, and we're fundamentally different. So from the first minute when you start playing the game, you will be able to do everything you imagine with the other players. So you can trade, other people can actually help you. You can literally go onto a dungeon raid from the very beginning of you starting the journey in the game, should you find people who actually help you to do that. What we want to create an environment that actually really incentivizes people to play the game the way they like. And for some, actually just going out to the wood and
it looks interesting, but usually MMOs are always difficult to make interesting.
For the guild. Some people will absolutely prefer to just go to the dungeons. They couldn't care less about the kill production, but these players will still depend on each other. Where there's valuables to bring from the dungeon, there's valuables to bring from the forest, and even the PvP players, they will be able to produce items that are only available through the PvP, but they will depend on the other players as well.
MMO makes it, same. I'm not into MMOs, and usually smaller studios trying on MMOs is usually not working out well.
World folklore and fairy tales. With, of course, the caveat that in PAX Day, this stuff is actually literally real. The interesting thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually start out as true stories, whereas fairy tales are fiction. And that's the distinction between the two. Folklore often, handles about ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things. But in the eyes of the people during those times, this is reality, this is real, ghosts are real, and this is not disputed as any fantasy. And this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during night, you will find these things, you will find ghosts, you will find the spirits of of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
If I've caused any existential anxiety with my presence, it might help to try reframing those stresses in a positive light. Think of me, perhaps, as a blue shell from your favorite kart racer. I might be wielded to ruthlessly destroy hard-earned positions, but we can still have fun. Maybe there's a lizard driving a little car. Isn't that nice? Let's celebrate the same spirit of kart racing treachery as our next preview brings Mario Kart Mayhem to PC. Here's Stampede Racing Royale.
Also decided to change the title. So it's Mario Kart.
For Master Horizon 2, The Search for Life, the art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles used in space exploration.
Players will see familiar rocket launches and a host of historical missions, past, present and future. The design team have consulted with many space industry professionals to make sure that the gameplay reflects how it feels to be on the front line of exciting interplanetary discoveries. Go to MarsHorizon2.com to sign up to our mailing list to be the first to play the game. We have an alpha on the horizon.
Frank AI, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Path of Exile 2 in
Yeah,
action.
KSP hasn't brought
It'll be
out an
something of a
update
Path of
for
Exile
2.
veteran myself.
In quite some time.
Debatable, Sean.
Almost feel like it's dead.
What?
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what matters in that game.
I'm also analysing your chosen character builds in recent leaks and...
No, my build wasn't meant to be
they're
a fun
producing
build.
some troubling DPS simulation.
Fascinating. Fascinating, Frankie. But let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2, please.
If that Ziri could see this now. Ugh, disgusting.
Okay, more Path of Exile. It has a similar build than the other character. He has some wind. He also has this breathing thing and this light... yeah, lightning stuff.
The stench. It's getting worse.
It's such a weird logo, but it's kind of cool, I have to admit.
Hey everyone, my name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of a new action-adventure game Ferocious. I began working on Ferocious a few years ago, with the idea of creating a first-person shooter in a timeless Lost World type of setting, combining over-the-top action with exploration and a sense of wonder. We were always inspired by mysterious places frozen in time, that you may have seen in movies like King Kong and Jurassic Park. We aim to marry the setting and its unique gameplay opportunities with classic first-person mechanics, similar to early installments of franchises like Far Cry and Crysis. The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation. We use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful. However, there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real-world references for. So we had to improvise. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Feel free to wishlist and follow the game on Steam, as we can't wait to share more about Ferocious in the coming months. Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome to Islands of Insight, an epic shared world puzzle adventure game set in a world of fantasy,
a German raider.
ancient wonders, and natural beauty.
German da,
with
it's not
mysterious puzzles, secrets, and sublime
natural selection. No, I don't mean it's natural selection. It was a failed game. Let's say 10 years ago.
At your own
I think it was by a studio from Hungary or something like this, East European development studio.
As a seeker, you'll set off on a journey of knowledge. Explore every corner of this rich landscape and solve every puzzle you find. Savor the achievement of every solution as the world around you unlocks, revealing new challenges to face, new areas to explore, and fantastic rewards to collect. In Islands of Insight, a beautiful realm of tranquility and adventure awaits you. Embark on the path of discovery and let your curiosity guide you through a world of wonders, where the answer is always in sight.
trying to find it right now.
I might only have an old-fashioned analog neural network, but I'm gonna risk some data analysis of my own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, while From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October, here's your latest look at Lords of the Fallen. In Lords of the Fallen, you'll explore two parallel worlds. The land of the living, where demonic knights and hulking monsters are trying to murder you, and the spooky Umbral Plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you. Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities directly on top of each other, allowing you to portal to the Umbral Plane at will. Just try not to die in there. In the spirit of the Dark Souls games, failure will be punished.
Adventuring in dungeons? Any idiot could do that. But managing an evil dungeon? Now we're talking elite. The Dungeon of Nalbuck is feared throughout the lands of Fang. It is an avant-garde evil structure, combining tradition and disruptive innovation. And it's looking for its new steward. Of course, we have the most trained and prepared guards, the most efficient staff, the most devious monsters, and the most attractive treasures. Wait, we're on camera? But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities, an R&D center, B2C processes, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings, employees, can fully express themselves thanks to our committed HR management and peaceful social dialogue, and can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises. Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cut into shreds on the editing floor. As a steward, your main task will be to make the dungeon functional and attractive to adventurers, so they'll want to come here to get slaughtered and humiliated. To achieve that, you'll have access to guards, traps, and hexes. You'll also get to organize raids on nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your...
From 2012.
boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the lands of Fang! Looking for a job that gives meaning to your life and makes the world a better place? Then buzz off!
Yeah.
But if you're organized, servile, sneaky, and enjoy a positive work atmosphere, come take your chance. I'll be waiting for you in my
Okay.
office.
Natural Selection was like a cool game though. It was a game with some strategy component, some shooter component mixed into one. Basically had a commander and you, the shooter people, you could send around and say, yeah, go there, do this.
パブロ、あなたのことはしっかりと見てるわよ、探偵さん。何せあなたにはこの世界を変えてしまうような特別な力があるのだから。私に協力しなさい。あなたの才は貴重よ。短い人生だもの。使わない手はないでしょう。
Art style looks cool.
刻一刻と過ぎていくわ。賢明な決断を期待してるわよ。
Lady Death. Sombra. Nani? Asta looks kind of cool though, I have to admit. Mariachi Legend. Okay. Mariachi Legends. And it's Japanese development. It's kind of a cool mix.
Heavy breathing is indicative of exhaustion, panic, or that you are currently entering childbirth.
No. Don't worry about anything. Systems are a go. Our schedule is just packed with so many games.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide assistance. Notification. Day 9 has been updated to day 10.
What? You just can't replace me? Like, roll the system update back. I don't want whatever this is.
I'm sorry, Sean, but support has been discontinued for older versions.
What? What's up, Day 9? I'm Day 10, the latest software version of popular gaming host, Day 9. The consequences of my actions.
Hello. I am Frank AI.
What's up, Frank AI? I'm Day 10. So, the latest software
I am
version.
Frank
I
AI.
suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and fire up a trailer for a strategy game. Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin while I do some strategizing of my own. Dakota, start unplugging things. I'll just tell you when to stop. Just pull it.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
Commander, there is the stench of death about this place. Not just from the Aurochs.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually. Except us.
Is this Warhammer Fantasy or is this Warhammer 40k?
Fortify our position. We must claim this swamp.
Looks like fantasy, right?
Sigma, give me strength.
I think it's time for a fight, boys. Protect the bastion. We need the loot.
I haven't really don't pay attention.
Aiden,
They're not too
I
deep
will
into
take the fight to
Warhammer.
the Auric Warlord. You hold here.
Fate conspires against us both.
Not fate. Duty.
Get him!
They're gonna go have some dinner. We'll have to check on the rest after. I think for stream. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Vizura. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for the technical problem. Yeah, it's just Warhammer Fantasy, I think. Maybe Warhammer Edge of Sigmar is his own thing. I don't know. As I would say, 40k. World premiere, chat.
Wake up, sleeper. Wake up.
No, get out! They haven't finished it!
Oh, Sleeper's finished, aren't you? We had a deal, Sleeper. And yet, here you are, risking it all to try and break our contract to end your dependence.
Just wanted to use them, you piece of shit!
Nothing wrong with being a tool in a time of crisis. There's a war on, and while it rages, well, there's opportunity. I thought you were an opportunity sleeper, desperate, on the run, a hard worker with certain needs. I met your needs. I gave you a crew, lent you a ship, even hooked you up with a contract or two. And yes, I took my share, but that only seems fair. I invested in you. But then, you went and did this. And now, you don't need this. And I don't need you anymore either.
Ugh. Sleeper, go! Now! To the ship!
Citizen Sleeper 2. It sounds somewhat familiar, but I can't.
This is just the beginning, Sleeper.
I have found no official case of death by FOMO anywhere on the internet. However, I would not suggest risking being the first case. Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilots, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's
Citizen
Chris
Sleeper
and
from
Co.
2022. Let me just look some gameplay for that. I like the art style, I have to admit. Problem is my internet connection is currently on the edge, so I can't watch videos in parallel without killing the stream yet. Is this Chia? No. Wait, new Pathfinder. Now we are talking. Critter Cove. Looks kind of cute. No, his head.
If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there is no question it would be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critter Cove's probability of victory at over 99%.
But now is when you start fact-checking? Now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistants, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper role-playing. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice but to send RD's adorable all-seeing eye to check in on the project.
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you've just read a book, you can't get it out of your head. Now you can go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book that you're directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting worlds to come. You create your character, you decide the kind of adventure you're gonna have by playing out of your deck of story cards. And then the system creates a unique story adventure for you. And then you can do anything you want. It takes a lot of the joys of playing a tabletop role-playing game and brings them into a digital format. And as you play, you see a graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world and the story reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though you might play the same cards, you get a different, unique story every time. So you throw words in, it comes up with suggested things you might do, you pick something, and then it reacts to you. And then along with our AI narrator who plays the role of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want and you can do anything. And the system and the story will continue based on your choices. At Hidden Door, we are working with authors and folks who make some really exciting TV shows and other media to bring those worlds into the platform. And the system supports anything fictional. So it does do science fiction, it does do fantasy, it does, period romance, which you can think of as more relationship-based gameplay, in addition to sort of your standard action-based gameplay or sort of dungeon crawl-based storytelling. While there may be a million Star Wars games in the world, if you are playing one on Hidden Door, because of our AI narrator and the story engine, the choices you make matter. So when you decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine, you can do that. And the world changes around you and your character. You are able to meaningfully alter the plot of the entire world in a way that was never pre-written or pre-scripted. There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations, or the stories you can tell in Hidden Door. Today you can play Hidden Door anywhere you can access the web. So you can play on desktop, you can play on your mobile device, you can play on a tablet.
It looks like Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination.
Oh,
Right,
sorry.
Frank AI?
It's
I promise
certainly
if I
seems so,
open
Sean.
another window
Speaking
over
of
this
winning,
one here.
you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level.
Hey, I'm 180.
I'm incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize
If
the
I have
show's
another window
profitability.
covering this window, it
Battle
becomes
Pass
black
for
for you
streaming
while
work.
recording
With
it.
a gold tier pass,
Unfortunate.
viewers can earn exclusive
answering a
rewards,
message.
like viewing the
What
show's
about
trailers 1.5 seconds
You try to
early
avoid
and
that,
boosters for
but
viewer
thanks for
rank
the hint.
experience.
Look, I admire the initiative, but I think for now, let's just go ahead and table streams as service.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who've reached viewer rank 80. You can, however, unlock immediate access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a Battle Pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Killsaw 69 Blazes has just achieved viewer rank 58.
Oh, God. Okay. Dakota, find my wallet. And for now, let's check out a new dungeon crawler from the Don't Starve devs at Clay Entertainment. Here's your first look at Dread Pilots.
Reminds me a bit of Thunder Skies or something. Almost very different, but just the overworld map and so on. Dread pilots.
You've harnessed your glove's power, and now you want to find me. Gotta find Mama. You don't know what's making the miasma angry, and it's spreading across America, twisting this once great nation into a lethal wasteland.
We gotta help these people.
Find me. And if you do, maybe I will tell you my secret. The revelations must be earned.
Don't starve yourself with excitement for Dread pilots, or you might leave a miasma worthy of a chronicle. Hey, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Thank you, Text Generation. Coming up, secret facilities, bioweapons development, zombie experimentation. It's all under the corporate umbrella in this management sim. And you are the evil CEO. I mean, I can't blame you for diversifying. That's just good business sense. Let's take a look at Undead Inc.
Okay.
And now, it's with great pleasure I introduce one of Enswell Medical's biggest success stories, Director Coleman.
Thank you, and welcome to all of you who are starting your own franchises. Today I'm here to talk about building a thriving business. My apologies. There has been a development that requires my immediate attention.
Director Coleman, sir, we're hearing...
Whatever your concerns may be, I'm handling it. Now, tend to your patients.
Structural integrity and power all hanging in there.
It's kind of familiar. I
Extent
can't
of
just
the outbreak unknown. Next move, Director.
Tell your men ETA 5 minutes.
Wait, don't shoot! Director Coleman! Hey, man, sir?
Are you okay?
I got a little bitten, but I'm hanging in there, Director. I'm all good. They have a cure upstairs, right?
Sure. Head back up. There is a shot with your name on it.
Thanks, man. I mean, I was worried for a
Maybe
second.
shoot No, was to be expected.
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a business here. Janine, get the marketing team and those rookies back on the line in 10. Oh, and an espresso.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Janine, can I get something from my head?
Of course, Director.
Name brand only. Not our stuff. Quality control issues downstairs.
Okay, it's kind of funny. Team 17. Not sure what they did. Oh, cyberpunk and sci-fi stuff going on here. Looks a bit like Katana Zero, so it's the same. Alma. Okay, looks cool.
Look, I've been looking through Frank AI's data log, and I found a file named Confidential, Game Trailer 44, codename Omicron Delta November, _ final, parenthesis, final, and parenthesis 2.0, _ revised.mp4. Now, it's important not to lose
How often did he need to repeat
your
this
AI assistant.
for this take?
So let's just watch it really quick.
Astronaut because the cosmos terrifies you.
No. Because I want to understand it someday. Or at least find as many answers as possible. We shouldn't behave here as if we were at home.
For a long time now, the cosmos has belonged to the one strong species. Humans.
So, there was life here before. Everything that happened here overwhelms me.
Not every mission ends in success, Doctor. We have to save what we can. Save you.
What is there to understand? We have to destroy it. Even if it means destroying everything.
Coming up, we'll see a theme park builder that's only days away. Releasing on PC later this week, Park Beyond is a spiritual successor to classics like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Roller Coaster Magnate 9, Roller Coaster Altair 27, and Roller Coaster God Emperor 40,000.
Okay, let's not go off the rails.
Roller
As fun as the
Coaster
carnival is,
God
we all know the
Emperor
games aren't the most
40,000.
balanced, because basically, carnies are OP. Luckily for you, our prizes are so much easier to win. Let's take a look at Park Beyond.
Do you perceive the invisible thread that connects us to each other? The emotions that unite us without us even realizing it? The desire to move forward, to surpass our limitations, to take on challenges greater than ourselves? All these feelings make us Visioneers. Visioneers are architects who are dedicated to making their childhood dreams a reality, empowered to achieve the impossible. Architects who want to offer the world their most beautiful memories. Free spirits in search of adventure and new challenges. Indelible moments of amazement and laughter with those we love. Become a Visioneer. Go beyond the fun.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Evil stirs in the depths of Gallowspire. 3 heroes step forth to contain the darkness within. A legendary fighter of peerless strength and skill. A cunning rogue full of deadly surprises. And a powerful wizard wielding the fury of the elements. Together, they are destined to confront the hordes of undead and their deadly masters, again and again, attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? For surely there can be no hope of surviving Gallowspire.
Introducing Diesel Legacy! Join the open beta, now on Steam. 2 versus 2 action! Down, but not out. Local and online multiplayer. Real match, worldwide rollback netplay.
Interesting. Very chaotic though.
Determine the fate of the Iron City.
It's time we honor an overlooked hero, the noble delivery cyclist, powering the gig economy with their aching calves. Now, you might ask, hey Sean, are you just feeling a little guilty because you gave your credit card details to the AI assistant and now someone has to deliver the 57 parcels you ordered before you noticed? In short, yes. But if this next exclusive is anything to go by, we'll all be saluting the delivery workers of this fine nation, gosh dang it. Let's take a look at Parcel Core.
Core. P silent. That's a strange word that is pronounced core. It's Trevor often fall for its German.
Hello.
I thought about corporations.
My name is Will Barr, and that was an example of a micro teaser. You see, when you're shilling on behalf of an obscure video game developer like Billy Goat Entertainment, you have a finite amount of time to explain why discerning intellectual players, such as yourself, should be excited about being thrust into the exciting, high-octane world of
Parcel Core. That's right, escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex of one of our many colourful bicycle messengers.
Exactly,
embrace the gig economy and forget the security, stable salary and basic workplace rights less cool jobs offer as you race through town, weaving through alleys, defying gravity as you ride up walls, leap from rooftops, startle pigeons.
There is all
well,
running.
It's kind of like a career in video game development, except without all the cool traversal stuff. So yeah, really just the exploitation. But I digress.
Sign a casual work agreement with one of 3 rival courier corporations, all vying to become the most profitable business in town. But be warned, a maniacal scheme is afoot that threatens more than just the business model our protagonists operate under.
So it's up to you, bicycle
Okay,
courier,
the scene I did
to
not
deliver
expect.
this foot-long grilled chicken, cheese, and chorizo melt and save the world.
Yeah, pigs
Hi
can
everyone,
fly.
I'm Max from Grena Games, a two-man studio based in Sweden, working on the game Fabledom, currently available in early access.
Meet your neighbors.
Welcome to Fabledom. Sorry about the pigs.
Uh-oh.
We have a new mission, soldier. Welcome aboard.
Oh, don't mind Sean. He's just entering our PC Game Pass giveaway. We've got a bunch of 1 month
Oh yeah, I'm back,
subscriptions
I
for
think.
new members to try the service. To get a chance of procuring one, visit the URL on screen now.
Okay, this is Mega Man inspired. Heavily Mega Man inspired. Question is it Mega Man? Or is it called Stone Man or something like this? Because the original Japanese name of Mega Man is Rockman. Even as roguelite mode? Mega mode. Sorry for the inconvenience today. I'm not sure what is going on there today. It is 3DXX.
Before we continue with more exciting previews, I've generated a simple tactic to improve the show's revenue stream.
Well, yeah, great. Tell me more.
I've allowed viewers to pay a small fee for a bespoke on-screen shout-out. Got good 228, right? Great to be watching PC Gaming Show once again. Excellent work, Sean and co.
Hey, I'm touched. And a little wealthier. Keep them coming.
See Blaze Paladins, right? Did Sean actually fire his team? Dick move, bro.
Look, you have to understand that this show needs to focus on long-term sustainability.
Fired by Sean23 writes, I have sworn the blood oath. My vengeance will not be denied.
Okay, it looks like that's it. Our shoutouts feature is broken. I'm so sorry. That's going to be all for shoutouts.
I haven't logged any errors, Sean.
Well, I'm seeing red flags across the board, and it's a real tragedy. Just can't be helped. Just like I can't help wanting to see more previews. And with that, here's Creepy Jar's new sci-fi survival game, Chimera.
Poor Frankie Ward has to be just an AI in this show. Okay, that is okay. I was wrong. I saw the lavas there. I had an idea what it could be, but no. I kind of like the song though. Okay, that's a star.
Warning. Warning. Extreme temperature.
Uh-oh. And the end of the game. What? Chimera? Oh, Chimera. It's not an A.
In the lost Caribbean Sea was a captain mighty. Mordecai was his name. He succumbed to the white flame. His treasure was lost and his crew was tossed. Now is the day cursed pirates have their way.
That's the life we live, come along for the trip. When plans go astray, we find us a way. We put them to a stop and give them the chop. We're a cursed crew and parties our share.
Soul magic restores our crew from before, yes, before. Black pearls in our chest, let us finish the quest now. This treasure we will find with our powers combined. Our worth we will show to our captain below. The Inquisition blocks our way. They see us as prey. Ignatia is their leader. You do well to exceed her. The treasure she pursues across the ocean blue. She'll conquer the brine for her grand design.
That's the life we live, come along for the trip. When plans go astray, we find us a way.
I kind of find it cool that they made a song for the trailer. Shadow Gambit. Play the demo June 19th. Looks kind of cool, I have to admit. Oh man, uploading this will be a nightmare, chat. I have to upload so many parts. The song's not bad, yeah. Maybe jump to... Can't switch to 1080. My interconnection is broke today, sorry chat.
XO Rally Championship might be racing its way across the stars, but it's already raced its way into my heart. Anyways, if you're not aware, I've got something of a history with the real-time strategy genre. And funnily enough, at labs like DeepMind, those same RTS games just so happen to be a valuable testing ground for world-leading AI research. Curious. Can it be just a coincidence, then, that I'd end up the kind of man to name himself an AI visionary? I mean, probably. But what's no coincidence is my excitement for the eagerly anticipated RTS from former Warcraft and StarCraft devs at Frost Giant Studios. It's Stormgate, and today we don't just get the chance to get some exclusive first look at some Stormgate gameplay, but we're also joined by Frost Giant's president and game director Tim Campbell here to tell us exactly how Stormgate will delight all minds, artificial or otherwise. Thanks so much for joining us, Tim.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Now, I've been following Stormgate for years, but for those of us who haven't, what is Stormgate?
Stormgate is our modern take on the classic real-time strategy game formula.
It's what we think of as a spiritual successor to franchises like Warcraft, StarCraft, Command & Conquer. And real-time strategy games are the type of game where you can control an entire battlefield. So this classic RTS formula includes harvesting resources, building sprawling bases, commanding huge armies on the battlefield.
What is it about Stormgate that's new?
We believe that the RTS genre is something that should be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. And so we've put a lot of effort into making sure that Stormgate feels good, whether you're a pro with high technical skill and you love competitive play, or whether it's something that you just want to be able to relax with and experience a story.
Now, Tim, I understand that you brought for all of us, but in particular for me, a present to show today. What are you going to show, Tim?
We are going to show gameplay from the pre-alpha of Stormgate.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that we are big believers in at Frost Giant. We want to share this current state of the game today.
Let's take a look. Oh, Tim, I'm so excited. And right away, this looks like an RTS. Tell me what we're seeing.
This is the classic start to a 1v1 match. What you're seeing here is the human faction as they're sending workers out to harvest resources.
Okay, it looks
they're starting
really
to
like
construct building. They actually
multiple
build them by
resources, Chad.
printing them from the ground up.
That's
and you can
awesome.
see them now starting to train troops so they can have an army that goes out in the field to fight.
Yeah, and I mean, right here, we see in the corner coming up, this looks like a scout unit?
Yeah, that is literally a cybernetic dog with laser eyes. It is called the Scout, okay? It's designed for early game. It's a unique unit to the human faction.
The mining
And you
looks
can see
really
him now
like
running through the base
Warcraft.
trying to see what information he can find out about his enemy.
Yeah, I mean,
Looks like a mixture of
scouting
StarCraft
information
and
is such
Warcraft.
an important part of RTS games.
It really is, and this is something that we've embraced early game. The Scout unit has
Yes,
been
it's-
designed
there's even
so
a
it can
ramp,
actually
a
sense
choke
units
point.
beyond its sight radius. So it's,
There was a ramp?
especially useful early on.
So we're heading into what looks like the first engagement of this game. What are we seeing?
Well, what we're seeing right here is the Red Scout getting surprised by a group of blue troops coming through the Light Force, which is the new
Did they
terrain
build a
type
bunker there?
on the tactical battlefield here.
And how do these Light Force work?
The Light Force lets smaller units move through them. They have concealment. It's allowed Blue to raid Red's base, in which case Red is barely getting
Not a bunker,
a
okay.
turret built with their speed building from their workers, which is a human faction advantage. And they're about to pop out a couple extra defenders here from their mech base.
So we got these huge mechs, and I mean, just visually, it looks like they are countering the heck out of these blue infantry, but can these red mechs fit through the forest?
No, they're too big to go through. They're heavy units. They're designed to use their chain guns to go through groups of enemies, but they can't fit through the Light Force, which Blue knew and used to his advantage.
Okay, so we're in mid-game. This is normally where you make some big tech decisions. What's Red up to?
You're seeing Red commit to a tech path that gives them big battlefield mechs and air units like this evac.
And it looks like they're just dropping right on top of Blue, who is killing a chicken? What's the chicken there, Tim?
Yeah, that's a giant chicken with a Viking helmet on it. Use your imagination. Stormgate's in pre-alpha, and that's art that we haven't gotten to yet, but imagine it as a big Mad Max Raider.
It's the most threatening placeholder art for now. And oh, I see Red diving onto Blue, and hey, picking back up into the air transport. That's some classic high-level micro.
It is, and it's really important for Stormgate that we maintain a high skill ceiling so that players can express themselves on the battlefield by maneuvering and how they interact with the battlefield.
It's very close to
And here we
StarCraft.
have the final fight of the game, and it looks like Blue is coming up against those mechs. Red is trapped on the other side of the trees. Oh, wait, they can blast through them now? And Blue's dodging these enormous shots, and we can also see Blue swarming in from both sides. This is not looking good for Red.
No, it's pretty grim. Red is on the ropes right here, and they've been outmaneuvered. They're caught in the corner here between two different
Pulling
forces
workers
coming
to
in with
defend.
their weapons.
That looks not good for Red.
Man, and of course,
there's the GGs.
The most classic ending to an RTS game, GG. Get Tastosis on that stat. Outside of 1v1, what's coming up for Stormgate?
What you've seen today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more in store. We're going to be revealing a bunch of stuff about Stormgate the rest of this year. We're introducing new modes. We have a 3-player versus AI cooperative mode. We have team-based competitive modes. We're going to be sharing information about our storyline and campaign. We have new factions beyond the humans that you just saw today.
But Tim, what if I want to play the game right now?
If you want to play the game as soon as possible, you wish list Stormgate on Steam and you go to playstormgate.com to sign up for the beta. We're starting closed testing in July.
Once again, go to Steam and wishlist Stormgate. Tim, thank you so much again for joining us. Not just to
Okay,
talk
let's
about
go to
the
Steam and
1v1
wishlist
footage you shared,
Stormgate.
the future content plans of Stormgate. It makes the RTS players' dreams come true. Which might not be your dreams. I mean, your dreams might be filled with gloriously grimy Deus Ex-inspired sci-fi fisticuffs with a fiendishly Star Wars vibe to it. If so, get a load of this latest trailer for Fortune's Run.
Already did. Very curious about this game. I fear a bit that maybe its art style is not appealing enough to really nail it like a StarCraft, to get this kind of success. It could be mechanically really good though. Oh man, what time is it? What? Nani? Interesting Doom aesthetic that it has. It's very fluent for it though. Very fast. Interesting.
Whatever.
And when I wishlist the game, my
We're about
stream
to
starts
embark upon
stuttering.
the great crusade towards
I need to
which we
restart
have
my
striven these
router or
many
something like
months.
this.
The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty.
He has full
skill in
confidence in our...
We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon
Looks like an
this
old school
great
dungeon crawler Doom.
undertaking.
Yeah. Looks very old school. This year? No idea yet. Just know I'm hungry. In the sense, I want something to eat, not that I'm from the country, but jokes aside. World War II stuff? He spoke German. He said, hold the line. Or something like this, lines.
Keep moving! We've taken
Yeah, D-Day stuff at the beginning, it's true. Let's keep the hold the line. No retreat. A few days late for the perfect nonsense, I guess so. Question is it a shooter? Is it an RTS? Hell Let Loose. Okay. Oh, it's a shooter, okay. What was it called? Atomic? Panic or something? Okay. Game of the Galaxy. Joel's brother. Oh. I've seen this game. This I've seen somewhere already.
Bullet Map Jack. Wish list now.
Wow.
Toma, que cagaço!
Ah, fizeste bom negócio.
Esse é o meu Rio Grande, che.
4X strategy game, chat. Look at this.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Frank, we've seen impressive, almost like unrealistic tech on display today. It's just a shame our viewers at home can't get their hands on some of that bleeding-edge hardware.
Your concerns are both unnecessary and convenient, Sean. As the long-term vanguard of gaming, Alienware continues to offer high-end PC hardware. Considering their extraterrestrial origins, it comes as no surprise.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, Frankie, but they're not actually made by aliens.
Websites in my trading model contain compelling evidence to the contrary, Sean. The truth is out there.
Great. But let's do some truth-telling of our own and hear what Alienware is offering the folks at home.
Alienware has been a part of my professional life for a while now. From the games you play to what you do for work, that's very hardware intensive.
When using Alienware, you get a performance that is very, very difficult to match.
It doesn't have just the kind of like generic gamer look to it.
Literally everything I do is powered by Alienware, and it just makes me so happy.
Don't miss your shot at Alienware giveaway goodness. Scan that code now. I mean, Frankie, can you believe this? We got an Alienware M18 laptop with an Intel Core i9 processor for the fine price point of $3? Oh, it's enough to get anyone's blood pumping.
As you know, Sean, I'm a network of predictive algorithms and generative software. I am fundamentally incapable of belief.
Look, I understand.
I also don't have blood.
But
Would you like me to procure blood, Sean?
God, no! Absolutely not. Anything but that. Let's move on to literally anything else. So, what's next?
Oh, Vampire Survivor.
Well, this is a little awkward. Let's have a look at some incoming DLC for Vampire Survivor.
Vampire Survivor DLC. Rip bitrate, by the way. If they show actual gameplay,
what if we gave it
the bit like it's very tough to handle the bit rates because it's difficult to explain, but streaming it is always makes it image quality messy. Yeah, you see what I mean. It becomes very blurry and pixely because there's so much pixels moving on the screen weirdly at the same time. Tomorrow upgrade. Okay, cool.
We are only a couple months out from the full release of Baldur's Gate 3. I literally cannot tell you how excited I am to try out some of the character builds I've got going on up here. I'm thinking of running like a mage tank kind of vibe. And wait, Frank, can you generate like an awesome character art for me in like a D&D style? Like, look, I want to be a wizard, like fully Gandalf out with like a staff and like blasting spells like that. Can you like give me a sample piece of art?
One moment. Here you are, Sean.
Oh, dear God.
This was generated in seconds, while a professional artist's work would take hours, if not days.
Yes, that is true. It's hard to tell this wasn't the work of a trained professional, but do you have any professional artist work, you know, just to like compare?
I do. Thanks to the YouTube animators extraordinaire at Mashed. Here's an original animation for Larian's Baldur's Gate 3.
My fellow adventurers, the road to Baldur's Gate has been long. We have fought cultists of a strange new god, battled packs of fearsome gnolls, and gone toe-to-toe with creatures from beyond this plane. And today we faced our greatest foe yet.
He was just so strong. And I think his blood was acid.
I'm not sure how that even works, like anatomically.
Tomorrow, we find higher ground, then rain down upon him with 100 arrows.
No. First, I will incapacitate him with a fit of hideous laughter. Then, we will fill his bog with grease and set it on fire. And if he attempts to escape the blaze, fear not, for I will keep my eye out for him.
Please don't. Even Lae'zel's puns are more amusing.
Among Githyanki, I am considered extremely humorous.
Enough! We must defeat this foe. Somewhere within these twisted swamps dwells a hag who possesses a potent potion, an elixir that could grant us the ability to converse with the creature. However, attaining it will necessitate a trade.
Give me his spleen.
Steel your nerves, friends. I will now attempt to reason with the creature. Most mighty beast, though you defeated us once, we have returned to seek your guidance. Impart your knowledge upon us, and teach us the source of your power.
It's here. Frog.
Oh, I didn't know you speak frog. Gosh, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. You know, ever since the hag turned me into a frog, I've been down in the dust.
Okay, it's not bad to be honest. But yeah, this game we also have to play, chat. I don't know when.
Because you have to make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make sure that it's different. So you have
it comes in August, I think, right?
The game is Baldur's Gate. The city
also the same month where
the city of Baldur's Gate is seamless.
Armored Core 6 comes out.
It originally wasn't.
You only can judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things that's done is it's brought a level of believability and immersion and also complexity that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slope, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998. So we can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk to pretty much anybody, and they react to every single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
Bruce Willis.
All the things that you have done up to the city really matter. You can really feel the conclusion of everything just gathering there.
We actually build anticipation through all these characters that you've met, through all these situations that you've been through.
All the stories that you have been following, all the decisions that you've been making, they
I hope
all
the internet
come
is
to
holding.
fruition in that lower city.
Jinx it
the
now.
great thing is, if you so choose, you can be another bad thing that's happening to the city. You can arrive and be like, this place is on fire, and then you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something, the knowledge that you can fly through it.
This is what I will have.
So
you
the
can
thing that
go
I was the
there
most
and do
afraid of
something.
When we started making this game, turned
It's
out
what
to be
I
the
will.
thing that I'm the most
It's
proud
always
of.
the important part. I believe these guys that they can actually pull that off because they did already in Divinity. 31st of August. 6 days later comes. How?
Larian Studios breaks the classic
Starfield.
RPG
Can they
series
just
out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August 31st. Up next, we're forging ahead with more fantasy as flame-headed fighters face ferocious foes in a co-op action roguelike.
How long is this
After
show
all,
going, Chad? I'm
what's a
really
roguelike
starting to
without
get
an
tired.
onslaught of algorithmic terrors?
Love the show, but
I feel like there's a
it's
lot
late.
of that going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
Yeah, just saying, CRPGs I think seldom had a problem of nothing to do in places. Exactly. It's kind of strange that, I mean, the Elder Scrolls games also are CRPGs, in a way also the Fallout game. But why am I so worried that with Starfield they might really, you know, not nail it? It's a huge worry I have. It's more of an open world problem, I feel. Yeah, it's true.
We can be heroes.
What?
Very loud.
What?
What was the game called? Robocraft? Something like this. Not this game though, but... Keybaord also could build Terra Tech World something.
Would you like the endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time risk tasked with uncovering the source of terrifying anomalies. A great way to enjoy the outdoors. Built in Unreal 5, this exclusive debut will be out later this year in early access.
How many games do they show, Chat? Just wanna go... I just need something to drink.
Seriously don't have any signal.
Not even one bar, there's nothing. I can't get in.
So, I forgot to mention, there's like a super weird,
All of them.
scary thing.
The correct answer is yes.
Was that a bear?
Have you ever heard a bear sound like that before?
I've never seen a bear before.
Maybe it's a demon bear.
Come on. You'll freeze to death out here. I suppose you're looking for the lodge. Here, take this. I call it the atomic space shifter. If anything goes wrong, not that it will, I can pull you back out. A lot of folks have come up here looking for answers. It's weird. It's like time runs differently here.
An owl bear. Owl bear. This music in the background, I think it's from the Universal Music Library. You hear it in a lot of horror trailers. I mean, I'm wrong.
Haha! I can't believe it worked. This is it. This is the key to... Ah, you're alive. Ready to go back in?
Macabre. Space, chat.
We thought
As we German would say, Space.
before our son died. We were wrong. Thousands of us answered the call.
Wir haben Remake, aber
to save those we can. Every one of our ships a ray of hope. Captain, it is up to you to find us a new home, so we can plant the future seeds of humankind.
Copy. Plotting course now. Sector locked in.
I haven't seen that so far. I mean, to be fair, I know it might be annoying for some people, but I really like space stuff, so I'm kind of happy that we see a lot of space stuff.
Soft landings, Captain.
Earthless, okay. Team 17 is very present here in this. Is it a publisher chat? Does somebody know?
It makes you wonder, how are we in the real world going to fare when our big, beautiful sun enters its twilight years? Me, I'm optimistic. Who knows what we'll achieve by then? Every billionaire-funded space rocket that detonates moments after takeoff is one more step on the winding road of progress. Up next, tie on those togas and make merry with fine wine as all roads lead.
Man,
to this
every
newest city
billionaire
built.
space
Here's a
rocket
first
that
look at
explodes
Nova Roma.
seconds after launch is just one step. I like his optimism. Yeah, I mean, it must be that I don't see them developing 15 games. It's potentially why they call Team 17. They have 17 games in development all the time. Oh no! Not the flood. Look, I like the art style though. Oh, you can even do water fun with it. That's cool. Won't they like the original worm stuff? It's actually possible. I'm not sure. I have to look up, but I'm too lazy right now. And also I fear that I kill my internet again. So I'm just not touching anything right now in the background. Aha. Tomorrow, by the way, is Capcom and Ubisoft. You might watch this as well, I think. Nova Roma, okay. An epic survival strategy game. Cool. This is a look a bit like Frostpunk or so.
The Great War is over. All we want is to return home. To the newborn Czechoslovakia we fought for. Brothers and sisters. None of us thought this part of the journey would be the most difficult. We still hope to see our home once again. Across the endless snowfields of Siberia. Through territory disputed by the Red and White armies.
Oh, they also made Overcooked.
by armored train in a harsh
And as we say,
winter,
the Worms games.
far from our loved ones. Outnumbered by enemies, we fight to make our way. Surrounded by wilderness, we manage in order to survive. This is our last chance. Our last train home.
So Russian Civil War strategy game, yeah.
Will you lead us?
Pairing squad tactics with historic inspiration, Last Train Home is based on real events in the aftermath of World War I. However, historians continue to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing,
Kind of
though.
interesting.
Puppets can't be trusted. As proof, watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Oh god.
Hey Gordon, it's Kyle. I know we're dropping this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot.
No.
The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show over the news. You need to turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Hey, stay back!
Let's do this.
What on earth?
I think I ended early. Can we go back to the beginning?
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here.
Push as much as you can. Copy.
Can they push more? I can't afford. Just sit back and relax now.
Are we in trouble or not?
Oh, and that's a crash.
I push now, next one push now.
And McLaren with a great overtake. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Hey Frank AI, how are the metrics looking? Are we like doing numbers?
We're attracting considerable viewership, Sean. However, I've identified a simple programming adjustment to target underrepresented segments of our audience demographic. Shall I execute it?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Ah, cornering the VTuber market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe, but since we're on time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
Also, Nani? Okay, Starfield 2.0, I think. Breath Edge 2?
Man, there are so many great video games in this year's show. Frank AI, what do we know about
okay, maybe not.
sand?
Sand is a fine granular substance composed of mineral particles. It is finer than gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes, but it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space
How many
salvage
games are they
across
want to
alien
show?
deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look at sand.
Tiny build. Proudly made in Ukraine, okay. Is it sandbox? Tiny build. Again? Was this a mistake? I don't know. Is he on a train? On an airship? Or a ship, maybe.
Файно! Замовлю собі багатського м'яса та пива. А ви що, хлопці?
Ну, раз ми ліпші, то попали себе шампанським і морським оленем. А ти ж, Петро? А я, як завжди, маленьку банушу хочу. Йой, то ж ресторан, а не корчма. Може ресторан бути найліпшим, якщо банушу немає?
No, it's a gigantic mechanical walker. Okay, pretty cool. Like the style.
We have reached the end of this year's show, and we're saving something very exciting for the end.
Okay,
Dune
I assume River Watt, and she will
survival
confront
MMO
him now.
adaptation of the classic sci-fi series.
Maybe
Frank
they
AI,
fight or something.
What have you got for us for the big finale?
If you like, I could fill the room with sand.
That's a little literal, don't you think? But what if we had, like, costumes? Oh, Dune's got some really cool costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my god, I could dress up maybe as like a giant sandworm.
It will require 3 million teraflops of processing power to render you as a sandworm, Sean.
I mean, don't worry about it. We can skip the costuming. It's just something that like Frankie and I used to do. Like, not you, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer.
This is fun.
Man, there was
Yeah.
this one year.
I like the
she was
description
a
of Frankie
shark,
Walk.
And then, and she was like a mech pilot, and I had a spaceship. And there was this other time with togas, and I had this really nice robe. Anyways, just forget it. I'm living in the past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right? Frankie Ward?
Do you still want to do the costumes bit, Sean?
I want to do the dress up bit so bad. I'm sorry. I tried to fire everyone and make money with computers.
Shut up and put the costume on.
Frankie, would you do the honors?
Gladly. Here is an exclusive interview with the team making a survival MMO that's more sought after than a suitcase stuffed with spice melange. It's Dune Awakening.
Day 9. Iconic.
My name's Joel Bylos. I'm the creative director on Dune Awakening. So Dune Awakening is a survival, open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore the world of Dune. They involve themselves in politics, they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat. They have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe. And through this experience, they come to know the factions in the world and the universe. So when Dune Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife that you've made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy camps and knife them in the back and steal the water from their steel suits. By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild. You have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising across the desert beneath them, tanks kicking up a cloud of dust as you drive to a spice blow in the distance in order to harvest with your guild. And you see in the distance another guild coming towards you, and just as you clash, you hear the rumble of a sandworm coming. That's combat in Dune Awakening.
My name is Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening. You start out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power. Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come. You will sometimes outrun it, sometimes you may not.
Unpleasant, I think, if you don't outrun it.
Dune Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars. Survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis. Then we have politics and intrigue, which speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about, siding with one of the factions, thinking about how they work together, perhaps assassinating members of the other factions. Then there's infinite exploration. Infinite exploration, which is one of the things I'm most excited about, is how the world changes over time. We have a concept called a Coriolis storm, and when it sweeps across the landscape, the sands shift, revealing new points of interest, hiding others, making the game renewed every week. Then we have combined arms. Combined arms is our combination of vehicles, melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play. Do you want to be a trader? You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into
seems really quite ambitious, I agree.
So the journey of the player, we've divided that into 4 parts. We think of them as survive, protect, expand, control. The survive part means that you're up against the planet itself and you're clinging onto life. In the protect phase, you've gathered some stuff, you might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you, so you try to build defenses and make sure that your base is in the clear. Then, in the expand phase, you lift your gaze and you look around and you see that others have stuff as well, and you might want to take their stuff. Then, in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then, the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However, you're never safe. There's always someone lurking around the corner. Can you really trust your second in command? So the goal of the control phase is that you are clinging to control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
Okay, that was really...
And with that, the
ambitious
PC
project.
Gaming Show 2023 is done. And what a show it was! And what a lesson for me, honestly. AI excels at plenty, but only an absolute doofus would think it can replace the human touch. I mean, you'd have to be an irredeemable bozo, like a real human dumpster, to pull that.
So that's the end of Frank AI? You are getting the band back together?
I mean, yeah, if we get another show next year, then yeah, you betcha.
If?
Well, you know, Dakota, you guy's pretty smart. I mean, I think he's actually the CEO now of PC Gamer and all subsidiary publications and IPs. I think he's got some really great ideas, but he also caddies for some very influential people on the golf course. Life comes at you fast, I guess. Either way, see you next year. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
What's going on there?
Camera speed. Hold on, my lips are sweating. Okay, here it comes. Okay, here it is. Everyone quiet on set. Here I come. This is the big moment. Okay.
Necessary data acquired.
We want them to be able to react in the middle of a battle with maneuvering, with using abilities, with targeting things more carefully. And so we've slowed it down just a little bit to give players that breathing room to be able to express their skill.
I don't know what to do now. Imagine if I continued reading on that take that was above average. Imagine that. That's not all. We're on fucking balls. Here we go, one more time. Oh, hold on. I have a rogue shoelace. No! It's solved. I solved the problem. Talent took care of it by himself. Talent is an adult. I'm ready. Tell me when. If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there's no question it'd be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. Now, I've been following Stormgate for years at this point, but for those of us who aren't me, tell us, what the fuck was that? Frank AI, how are the metrics looking?
We're attracting considerable viewership, John.
Keep going, keep going. Oh. Holy fucking shit. I really apologize, everyone. Don't get ice cream next year's show. I mean, Jesus. Holy shit.
It's not fair because I had to keep my mouth like this and no, breathe firmly out of my mouth. This is very difficult, John.
Sorry. Shoot, did it hit you? I'm so sorry. I really apologize, everyone. I farted in it. It smells like an abandoned pig farm up here on set. It's.
Close to the end bit, you could have farted in the makeup chair with your ball cap on. Oh my god. Okay.
All right. Okay. Frank AI, how are the metrics looking?
Wow. Okay. I think that's it, right? We even saw the, let's call them credits. There is the PC Gaming Show section here at the beginning. Maybe if I jump back, we can look at what we missed because I was talking like an idiot. Thanks for watching. Okay. Here, this we missed.
Would you
Nani?
take to the skies, seeking out vengeance on those dirtbags?
I would be
vengeance, skies.
Question, chat. Something is wrong. What could it be? I don't know. Can't put my finger on it. Just load it.
Seeking out vengeance on those dirtbags?
I would be unable to cause purposeful harm to a human being.
Foiled by
automatic updates.
Okay, maybe on their side.
Well, no one can say I haven't created a pretty excellent AI. Software capable of seeking out and critiquing the latest games coming to PC. It's just a shame it lacks something more personal. I mean, imagine what a co-host this AI could be if it had access to every bit of information on the internet. But it had the likability, the human touch of, say, Frankie! Oh, stick around because it is not long until the show starts, and I would hate for you to miss out on the biggest exclusives, a truckload of first looks, and a promising new co-host. Ha! Let's start the PC Gaming Show.
This will complete the stake, chat. Mature audience, so I should have not streamed this.
Hey, Frankie! Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I mean, I was just in the middle of deathmatch.
Great, great to hear it, Frankie. Listen, I've been thinking about the PC Gaming Show 2023, and I kind of want to make a few updates.
Sure, I mean, it's already packed with world exclusives, in-depth interviews with the biggest studios, crazy good giveaways. What more can we add?
Well, look, I don't want to get into the, detail work, the minutia, the fine print, the ethically sinister motives behind true innovation. No, Frankie, what I've realized is that I can't do this show without you.
Oh, sure.
Or at least a version of you.
Huh?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me yapping on when there's so much to do. I mean, we got things to plan, code to write. Oh, listen, also, I brought in some new assistants, to help really bring the show to life. And it would be so great if they could just stop by your place in little old London town, to just get the ball rolling. Does that sound good?
I suppose if it's for the show.
Excellent. Oh, hey, that's them. Ah, Frankie, let me say it again. You are one of a kind. Now, please give my love to Gunther and Helga. Ah, they're great guys.
Gunther and
Very
Helga.
thorough.
Hello, are you Sean's guys?
Mr. Sean has many great ideas for the show. You are lucky to know such a man. He is a visionary.
A visionary.
He is a man with his eyes locked on the future, like a horse staring into the sun.
A majestic horse.
Read now, please.
If you like the look of Game A, then check out this world exclusive of Game B.
Necessary data acquired.
Dear Frankie, thank you for your unwavering service to the PC Gaming Show. Your services will not be required this year as we pivot towards the future. No hard feelings, Sean, Day 9 plot, AI visionary, and all-round good guy. Son of a
I know that. I think here we started. Okay, so what did we think of the PC Gaming Show? It has a lot of content. In my opinion, it was a little bit too long. On one note, nobody forced me to watch it. The German accent is non-German. You might be right.
Oh, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023. I'm Sean Day Nightplot, and today I'm not just.
So I have to admit, I'm not
showing you
sure
our
if I do
tour
a good
of the
German.
finest
I mean, I already have a German accent.
I'm standing with you on the bleeding edge of innovation.
Yeah, we saw the end of
I've
this kid.
revolutionized how this show is made. Production crew.
I'm not sure how good my German accent is if I exaggerate it like I did a moment ago. I kind of find it funny talking like this, to be honest, but I already have a German accent. And it's really difficult for me to hide my German, what do you say, nativity? I don't know what the word is. But, yeah, I don't know. Was there interesting stuff, chat? I don't know. For sure there was interesting stuff, I have to admit. Like, a lot of games wishlisted and so on. Some weird stuff. What are you thinking about? Yeah. I just want to read because I did some, I wouldn't call research in the background, but I wanted to talk about the cyberpunk stuff again, which we talked previously. I'm not sure in which order people might watching this here or not. But what the DLC will include, it seems. So every system of the main game was changed or updated. The police system is completely reworked with multiple tiers of police chasing with vehicles, so basically more GTA stuff. And then max tech comes at level 5. That's currently also the case, to be honest. But probably it's more interesting with boss fights against them, stuff like this. Perk skills have been completely overhauled. There seems to be more active abilities, less passive stat boosts in the thing of the. We're talking about the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion, I should call it. That is also in it. There's an entirely new 6th skill tree that uses a different type of skill points, relic points, that will be used to add new abilities to cyberware. Then, also interesting change, installing cyberware now has an effect on your body and you can install too much or else you will go cyber psycho. Also interesting mechanic. Then they also seem to add that installing cyberware has now a cutscene added to it, where probably see how our body gets modified. Interesting as well. Installing cyber... Oh yeah, first person cutscene though, I should add. You can now attune cyberware to one of your attributes, making it more efficient if you have invested in that attribute. So there's potentially some scaling and some rework. Armor is no longer tied to clothing, instead tied to your cybernetics. That I find a bit... I'm not a fan of that, I think. Vehicle combat, we talked about this briefly in the Cyberpunk trailer. Chat, where was it though? Where was Keanu Reeves? We talked briefly about the stuff here. And yeah, we saw vehicle shooting. And I asked myself, maybe they added more vehicle combat, or is it just, again, only in cutscenes? But since vehicle combat is added to the game, and you can use your katana on your bike, then vehicles are no longer bought from fixes, but bought through a website set up by Mama Wells. That's also an interesting thing that they use Mama Wells again. Same vehicles have guns. Some vehicles have guns installed. Machine guns, rocket launchers, stuff like this. So there is definitely more to vehicle combat now. New type of indefinitely or infinitely repeatable missions. You need to steal certain vehicles marked on the map. So basically maybe like the GTA stuff. Doesn't sound too interesting, to be honest. New activity introduced, airdrops. So there might be some drops. You can go there and then fight against others. So it seems they also, that's the last point, added random events activities to make the world feel more alive. I assume this loot drops thing is also like an event like this. Like car chases, gang fights, and so on. So that sounds pretty promising. They also said somewhere that there was a post somewhere where they said in an interview or so that they think about that some of these changes will also potentially come to the people who own the original game but not the DLC, the base game, not the DLC. So it seems like some of these changes are not DLC exclusives. They're currently figuring out how they do this, it seems. So that sounds pretty promising, I have to admit. Speaking of promising, yeah, so vehicle combat. Who's this here? What was it? What was the name of the actress or the singer in the game? Is he an actress, a singer? I don't know. Lizzie Wizzy, I think is her name. Was this Lizzie Wizzy? I'm not sure. But yeah, point is, it looks pretty good. I think this is one of the, besides the Elden Ring DLC, this is potentially one of the things I'm most excited about this year. Of course, there's also Starfield and Baldur's Gate and I don't know what. But I would play this over Starfield for sure, if it's good. Also, somewhere here in this, just reading some posts about this, it seems it plays in parallel to the main game. So very curious to see all of this. Okay, it seems like there's no manual landing in Starfield. But that I think we already knew. I'm just currently thinking. I'm very curious how the game will run when it comes out. Anything else I missed or so, chat? I don't know. Any questions, chat? Any comments? What are your thoughts? How did you like the shows that we have seen today and all the stuff? Of course, all the people watching this as a potential VOD that isn't claimed to death, maybe write a comment as well or so. Very curious what people think of all of this nonsense. It seems pretty good so far. But yeah, I don't have much to say anymore. We already looked a bit into the cyberpunk stuff, which was interesting to see where this new area might be, but it seems it goes above. It really seems like with this DLC they try to bring cyberpunk into the realm of what they once kind of promised and what they want to do with this game. So that is interesting to see. Did I forget anything, chat? Except that my internet connection is today trouble. Sorry again for all the technical issues. Let me double check on my. I really need to restart my router. Just see if everything works accordingly again. I did not have internet connection issues for quite some time, but today it seems something is going wrong. So there was definitely that. Yeah, the climbing game. There's a lot of cool stuff they showed today. Overall, I must admit, Microsoft pretty much delivered quite a bit. Let me just go through the footage here again of Cyberpunk, so I have something that moves in the background. This sound.
My name is Songbird. I'm an NUS intelligence analyst.
It's okay since it is Neuland. Yeah, that's true, I guess.
What's the catch? I need you to get to Dogtown.
Attention all Dogtown residents. President managed to crash her Space Force 1 into our...
Now here you see the stuff in the background, chat. Just if we go back to the is this a Netrunner outfit she has?
And I can save your life. What's the catch? I need you to get to Dogtown.
Attention all Dogtown residents. President managed to crash her Space Force 1